What is this? This right here.
Slave people.
Now, most of y'all probably look at this and will look at this and be like, what the fuck?
The commercial? Was it a commercial?
It's a good look.
Just show his ass later.
This is Cosmic Slop, the legendary album from Funkadelic.
Cosmic Slop from 1973.
Now, like I said, before we was talking about bridges.
They went there with it.
Now, let me ask you, the bridge between what was electric guitar rock, and then you had the R&B scene, and the bridge from where you had Jimi Hendrix and where he was going with the Band of Gypsies, right?
Band of Gypsies.
Where he was headed. He didn't get to take it there. But would you say the people who took that bridge to the next level was Funkadelic? Would you say they were the ones that bridged that gap to where he was headed?
Yeah, they were, because they took the conventional Motown type Doo Wop group and infused it with the backing band. It was always the singing group in front of the band, but R&B groups like I think the pioneer, I would say, would be like Ike Turner, the front man, Bo Diddley type,
right?
You know, with the guitar. Because usually your groups always had the singers and then the band.
Right.
But then you had cats like Ike Turner, who kind of really pioneered that, like Bo Diddley, Chuck Berry, and then Sly Stone made it all where it was a band infused in one. You know. And then with him, you know, you had Jimi Hendrix, which was like a major rock in the white world of music.
But he played behind a lot of R&B stars.
A lot of R&B bands, so he was funky in his own right too.
Because Hendrix played behind Isley Brothers, right?
Isley Brothers,
Little Richard,
a lot of people back then. A lot of chilling circuit.
Yeah.
But once Jimmy and Buddy Miles and Billy Cox got together, you took their prize rock star, which was black, and his sound got back infused into the more soulful, funkier sound, more gritty like.
Yeah, more bluesier sound.
It was sort of like the Sly and the Family Stone, Funkadelic mixed together. So if anybody out there, you get the Band of Gypsies, get that album with Jimi Hendrix, Buddy Miles, and Billy Cox. It's something you should have. If you're into funk, you're into soul music, you're into Hendrix himself, get that.
Yeah.
That's sort of like, that was a bridge in itself. Didn't last long, but it was.
No.
What you're talking about, that is how the funk came about when we're talking about this. YouTube, you YouTubers out there, Cosmic Slop, 1973 is a video with Funkadelic.
Now, and you take Cosmic Slop, I think by that time, they're already in full swing and moving. But we think about Maggot Brain,
right?
And then you got the Funkadelic album with the heads, that
with the face, psychedelic looking faces.
Now off that album was Mommy Was a Funkadelic, right?
And Music for My Mother.
Music for My Mother, and you and your folks was on the Maggot Brain album, right?
I think so, yeah.
Now with that, those are probably the first.
Those on Free Your Mind, I think.
Now Free Your Mind was
What is Soul?
Friday night, August the 14th.
Right.
What is Soul?
Free Your Mind and Your Ass Will Follow. And I Want to Know If It's Good to You, right?
I want to know if it's good to you. Yeah.
Now all of those are Free Your Mind and Your Ass Will Follow, right?
Yeah.
Now at that point, Free Your Mind. I think we're talking about cats that were still doing the harmonies, but trying to find the true mesh of that shit. You know, we're like, hey, we gonna rock this shit as hard as we can, but you can still hear the, you know, the.
Three-part harmony.
Right.
Yeah. George was a songwriter and Motown.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, he was important to Motown.
Okay.
You know, but they were Funkadelic was a little too strange for Motown. Maybe he was. I guess he was.
Nigga, this is Times Square, dog. I mean,
Breaking it down.
motherfucking Moesha filmed the fucking video right there.
Okay, that's scary.
That's when you come, when you went to that other planet in your mind, in your
Right.
soul.
Yeah.
You know how they say, what is that word? The Egyptians had that power too.
Yeah, they left their body, man. You know what I'm saying?
Transcendal.
Yeah. Gary shot it.
Now I'm gonna tell you, the funny thing is, like we were saying the other day, what was out right now? Superfly, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You had the Temptations. This is, fuck left field, this is out the box.
And see,
You know what I'm saying?
And the beauty of it is, when these motherfuckers is like, you know what, we can't beat them at that polished game.
Yeah.
But they can't fuck with this.
Right.
They can't even pretend to get this.
You can't even go this crazy.
That's when you are back in your mind again.
Yeah.
You're so far out your mind that you are back into your mind.
You free.
Yeah.
You free. And I know a lot of motherfuckers like, well, what the fuck do this gotta do? This is the backbone of the shit you call rap.
The only one got close to it in today's standards, Andre 3000.
I mean,
But he didn't want to
but
go that
y'all,
far.
on the real, y'all did that shit. You two niggas,
I'm scared.
which one of y'all niggas, I mean, come on, man, y'all did that shit back in 1991.
That's when we would stop because we was ready for it.
Yeah, you taught him how to do it. You know what I'm saying? And just imagine, y'all motherfuckers wasn't this high.
Nah, we was sober.
That's when you do not give a fuck. Like, I'm not asking for you to buy my record. I don't give a fuck if you buy my record. It ain't about you buying my record. I'm giving you something I believe in.
What's my man from the Temps?
I saw a
Was
clip
that
of that
Kendricks? That had the
The Eddie Kendricks say hi.
yeah. And so you could almost hear like, okay, I want you to hit this like high, and I want you to hit this like that Kendrick style. We're gonna do the little backing vocals, but we're gonna keep this shit hard and funky as all ever.
And Funky Haskins kind of had the David Ruffin, that was it. Yeah, standing on that was kind of like the Eddie Kendricks rough.
Yeah, exactly. It had that raw, grittier more sound, but then you had this cat that was more smooth. What would you call it? Falsetto, I guess you would call it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it was just cold mix of like, yeah, this is what I guess at the time they called it soul music. You know what I'm saying? But it was that R&B polished feel, but at the same time, the music's gonna stay raw and gritty, like Sly Stone, like the old blues cats, and then we're gonna keep it electric, like Jimmy did, but we're gonna mix all that shit in together, and then we just gonna go with it. And voila, you got the James Brown feel of shit, you know, and all that.
On the one, keeping it on the one.
Yeah, keeping it on the one like James did. And boom, voila, you got instant Funkadelic. You know what I'm saying?
Boosie said, funky but tight. And that's what he brought to Funkadelic.
Man, and bringing it full circle, man. It's like, you know, you look at that shit and you say, man, that's some way out shit. But really, that's really what, you know, this thing that's new from, let's say, the mid-'70s or early to mid-'70s hip-hop, that's really what it catered itself on. You know, it's just being anything. You know what I'm saying? And so people say, well, how does that tie into hip-hop? I mean, that is hip-hop. Before it was hip-hop, hip-hop was all about giving it up. So whatever it is, you keeping it true to your fucking self. You being original like no one else. You know what I'm saying? And you stepping out there.
Yeah.
And that's the shit that motherfuckers respected in the hip-hop world. You know what I'm saying? So now, as you see, that's some of the roots of where it comes from. You know what I'm saying? Funkadelic.
So there's a joint rolled in toilet paper.